Hi, we're the Infamy team. We're hosting fantasy esports tournaments over on our Discord, link in the description. But today we're going to be talking about Guilty Gear Strive, kind of a follow up to our video on it last year. And personally, I think it's amazing. And it's kind of going to set the map or set the forward course for all fighting games. If they're smart, they're going to kind of rip this off left and right because they just do a lot of things that can take this pretty niche game like historically to, and they've really opened it up to make it as casual friendly as possible without really dumbing it down too much for the sweats. We talk about all the time, low floor, high ceiling, kind of like what Riot's might be doing with Project L. Yeah, what do you guys think of how this impacts the fighting game development going forward, and what do you like about this?
I mean, this game fucking slaps. Everyone should play this game. This game is
Oh
mad
yeah.
fun. It's a lot of fucking fun. I mean, like they definitely made the right call. Like honestly, they did dumb it down a little bit. Like if you played XR, like it's gonna feel very different. It's a completely different game. Like they tried to keep as much as they could in it, but you're not nearly as combo heavy. Very neutral heavy, and it's like very much about like you're not just going in full force the whole time, chaining combos together. There's like it just feels a lot different, you know. And like some old returning fans, I hear they're not as happy with it as like somebody who's like brand new to it, like me and you, Steve. Like we love it, but like my brother played XR and he's like, this kind of makes me wish I was there when XR was actually popular and you could play against somebody that hasn't been sweating on the game for 20 years. You know, like it's definitely different.
But isn't like Strive is kind of like that. A lot of people have said that it's like a fresh take, so it kind of like reset the barrier of entry for everyone because it's not as as combo intensive like you said. It's more neutral heavy, so like changes the way the whole flow of the game works and slows it down a little bit. So I mean, I feel like now if like there was a time to get into it, it would be now when everyone's
No,
still learning
definitely,
this
and
new system.
I think it's super smart for like for the franchise to go this way because you're going to get a whole bunch of new fans in. It just you're going to see a lot of old heads that love like the older like XR specifically. They're going to be like, all right, this is very different, but it's not bad by any means. Like
They're
Trey's
still going to be playing it.
yeah, they're still going to be playing it because you want to play against new people too. Like it's just like you're going to play where the fans are. And like, yeah, you might be nostalgic for the older game, but like this is definitely an improvement in my eyes. Like,
Yeah,
because it's
and it,
actually penetrable for like most of the fan base.
yeah, anything that can bring in newer people is always good. Like I feel like fighting games, and we've talked about this in previous videos, have had this problem where it's just like so hard to just get into it. Like I know Jake has said in videos, like when we were playing Dragon Ball Z a while back, that it's just like you go into the training mode, you practice your combo, then you go into an actual match and you just get rolled. And it's like I didn't really learn anything, but I feel like this game has with like their tutorials and their beginner friendliness that they implement in the game has alleviated a lot of those struggles for newer players. And like you said, Steve, it's setting the barrier of entry going forward for fighting games as a whole.
Yeah, one they just, I feel like they've just nailed it on like a bunch of different psychological levels. Like even just like how much more damage you do, I guess, than previous iterations, or just the amount of damage you do in general makes games go really quick. And you just are like, all right, get me to the next one. Like getting rolled is like in any game is kind of like the worst part of it. Like that's where you're gonna lose people. But because the games are so quick, it's just like, well, okay. And even like I'm not sure the exact reasoning, but I don't really get salty playing this game. Like I'm just always like I'm more like oh good move, good shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well played.
It's like it sounds like it has like the BR effect where it's like you get shit on and then you quickly leave and click ready and you're in the next game and you don't even have time to process what.
Yeah,
You're
mine is
also
still
still
wrapping
learning the
around for a
game,
minute.
but you're still learning. Like you were talk, I was listening to you guys talk before we started recording. Like, oh, I haven't tried uh, the big samurai guy, or like half the character, like the fan guy, whatever. So like you're still learning the game. So I feel like the saltiness doesn't come in until like you have base understanding of all the characters.
Yeah, but
and the
it's a little
general...
different because it's not just like I'm so dumb that it's just like I like see what they're doing. It's just like because I guess it's not so complicated. Like all the characters have like maybe like 4 specials or so. It varies a little, but it's like I know what all them do, but it's just like oh I'll see like a new application of it that I hadn't seen before, and I'm just like oh that's really smart. Like and so it's just like not too much knowledge where it's just like I can't even process how I just got fucked. So I'm just like okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and
I respect it.
yeah,
and
and
it is
like
teaching me.
that lead. I feel like that's like a part of having long combo strings. Like if someone gets you in a 100-hit combo, like what have you learned?
That's
I
why
Don't get
learned you
stuck in
can
that
you can
combo.
put the controller down, make a smack, and come back, and you'll
Bro,
be on
that's
the
why I
ready for the
couldn't
next
get into
round.
Fighters. That's why I couldn't get into fighters. I'm like, dude, this kid is juggling me up the side of a fucking mountain. I'm like, I don't even understand what's happening. In this, it's like, okay, you only have a certain amount of moves to work with, and it's just like the skill ceiling is how you apply those moves in like combos or like in certain situations to counter. So it's like like Steve said, you can understand what the fuck you're doing wrong. Like I have 0 hours sober played on this game, and I'm like incoherent, and I can still understand like okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, and like okay, like you play against like you'll play a mirror, and you'll pick up some moves. You know, it's fun, and like too, it also like the salt, like what you were talking about, like why you don't feel salty is because even if you're just throwing moves out there, your neutrals do so much damage that it's going to be competitive unless you're getting perfect. You know? So you'll look at that health bar and be like, okay,
It
I
did
can
something.
see I had a chance. If I only just spammed fucking slash a couple more times, I would have had
There will be times where I'm just like, all right, let's just not get perfect. Let's get something in there. And then I started. I'm like, oh, I'm actually catching up here because he just do so much damage.
Mm-hmm. When they don't respect you and they're trying to do combos on you, that's when you get them. And I do that to kids too, and it's like, oh man, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, and just another thing on the mechanics, the Roman canceling. I'm not super good at it, but I can still like see all the potential in it. It's just crazy. And for you guys that don't know, it's just you can use half your meter to do a little wow, and it has different effects depending on if you hit them or if you hit them first and then do it or whatever. But the idea is like it has a lot of versatility because it can, if you get stuck in a move, you're doing a move on block that you know is going to get punished, you can pop that because it's instant, and then it's like okay, that resets you so you're not stuck in it. Or if you want to continue a combo, like your combo's ending but you can catch them in the Roman cancel, then that'll extend it because it'll if it hits them, it slows them down and gives you like a little time to reposition and get it going for a further combo. So I think that's where it's just like even the sweats are going to be like there's just such potential with it that we'll see some crazy shit.
Yeah, and you can like speed up your recovery animation too. There's also like perfect block where it's like a green barrier over you so you won't get chip damage from blocking, because like when you're one shot, like you don't want to like, because that happens to me a lot too where I'm like blocking and I get chip damaged. That's annoying. So like you can use your meter for that as well. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I was getting backed up into a wall, and I finally got comboed out. And this kid he literally uses so there's one, it's like a yellow barrier that comes out where it's like a neutral stance. He jumped up in the air, did it, and like kind of moved forward and kept me in the wall. I was like, bro, I didn't even
Good
know
little slide.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know you could G slide while you were doing that. It was so. I'm like, all right, I need to learn how to do that because that's busted.
Yeah, it's gonna bring crazy depth. Also, just the character roster in general, like everyone is so unique, stylized. I think there's only like 15 so far, and like DLC's already announced, five more at least. But it's just like no one really plays like anyone else in the game. And well, I guess there are a lot of rushdown and stuff, and you have like your grappler with Potemkin, but just like the approach, like none of them are like boring. I feel like there's something really engaging. With
That's
all
like
of them.
the brother from my Full Metal Alchemist looking guy, right?
Yeah. Alphonse.
Yo,
Yeah, he's like slow as hell, but if he grabs you he's got like 2 or 3
Mhm.
command grabs that do like half your health.
No, I was watching it was one of the first tournaments the other week, finals of Sonic Fox and Tempest, and Tempest brought out big robot guy.
Mhm.
But
That's a big pocket pick.
he got shit on. He almost fought it back, but
he doesn't.
he
have
went
a
right
lot.
back to his fucking dolphin bitch May. That
was when
character's
people-
annoying. I'm gonna say. I just heard just dolphin squeals like nonstop. I was like, Jesus, that's please.
Yeah, I refuse.
In
Yeah.
tournaments, how are people playing it? Are people like just doing one main? Because I know I've seen people say that they have like certain characters are better in certain situations. So are they like locking in just one guy, or are they?
There's definitely matchup dependent where it's just like, okay, I have this guy who's my main, but it's like, all right, if I know I'm going against this, like you wanna, and it's just a terrible matchup for your primary. You have that pocket pick and whoever. People are obviously still figuring out who they want to play, but a lot of soul bad guy going around. Sonic Fox on the Leo has been pretty dominant.
Yeah, he shit on that guy. It's like,
Shit on everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, it's literally shitting on everyone. Leo seems like he's so much fun to play. I'm just not big brain enough. Maybe I should just play it sober. Then I'll learn him. I don't know, man. There's something about just having a drink and fucking chilling on the couch and just shitting on kids. It's a
Oh, it's just like straw in mouth. Just
No soda drinking
If I
hat.
could put
Yeah.
2 gins in that stupid hat with the straw, you know.
That's peak
The
gaming,
double
so,
straw?
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the drink hat.
Yeah, I know.
soda drink hat with 2 gin tonics, one on each side.
Didn't someone make one where it's like they made like a blunt holder in their mic or something with like a little tray for Ash? Legendary.
I mean, this game, like watching this game, made me want to reinstall Mortal Kombat and start playing that again, which has been a ton of fun.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like Arxis, kudos to them. Like even Dragon Ball Z, this game, they pay a lot of attention to detail and like really put in the effort. And like the game is just fun to watch. Like I don't have it, but I've watched a lot of gameplay of it, and it's super enjoyable and entertaining to watch, which is huge in like today's day and age of like streaming and YouTube.
Game is fucking beautiful. We were talking about it before you guys even jumped on the call. I'm like, they need to start selling this shit they need to license this shit out to anime studios because their CG looking clean, anime looking like cheeks.
I mean, no, that's like a point I wanted to bring up too. I think a big factor is like what I think I looked at like the last installment of the game or the main installment of the franchise was like 2014, right? 2015.
It's hard, yeah, around that.
Yeah, Xrd was around then, like 13.
So like, look like how much like more the kind of anime culture has kind of become more mainstream and popular. It's like, and these guys are all just straight up anime characters. It's an anime fighter, so it's just like that's gonna draw in some people who are just like, ooh, I like that. That's my waifu. I want to play that person or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm sure the art style is going to draw people to it too. But like, I mean, also too, like it's video games, like art styles, like so some people will pick it up like not because it's an anime, but just because it looks like it's fun, and like that's something huge about it. It's just like it looks
And
like even what'd you say?
And like I think the fact that it's from the guys who made Fighters is huge. So that's like a whole reason why I even like kind of piqued my interest in the first place because Fighters was awesome. It's like, oh, same people. Word.
Yeah, what a crazy fucking strategy to be like, all right, we're gonna make a game for Dragon Ball fucking Z. It's gonna pop off, and then that'll boost our Guilty Gear up big time.
Yeah,
Well, that's what they've been doing. That they did Grand Blue also. Like they've been making games for like the longest, and I think it was like to perfect this fucking art style because of how expensive it was to make it. Because like I remember watching videos when they made like when they first made Grand Blue, and they're like, yeah, so this is how the post processing works. We have the 3D thing, and then we have like all these different overlays on it to make like get the visual effect that we want, and then it compiles everything in post. It's like crazy. I would love to see how much the technology has developed now after 2 games.
Yeah, I was watching a video where they were like going into it, like accidentally autoplayed after one of the Guilty Gear videos I was watching, and they were like talking about that, how they like created a whole kind of different genre. It's like a 2.5 3D fighter where it's like 2D in some aspects, but like the models are actually 3D, and like they were just talking about how crazy it is that they pretty much created in this art style.
It's so clean when you get the kill, like the slash or whatever. When you get them down to 0, it just goes into that like epic spin, like 360 camera twirl, like taking every angle of the like. This is how you got fucked.
That's cool,
Yeah,
but
some-
it's also not as cool as sending someone through a fucking mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or blowing up the planet.
I still think Fighters is more entertaining to watch, but this game is still.
Fun.
Yeah,
You go
it
through your
has, it
50th
has a
mountain
nostalgia.
and
Yeah.
Has a
But like
nostalgia
it's the
anime
same
attached to
slash
it,
every
bro.
time. It's like
Yeah,
when I was,
I'll give it Fighters maybe more fun to watch, but this is probably more fun to fight because like
Mhm.
no one wants to just sit in the corner and just get
Bro,
like
FighterZ is not fun to watch at all. Like no one wants to watch somebody get fucking 190 hit comboed up a wall and then just and then like and two, you guys played it. You have to wait for your opening. So like you
Yeah.
have to wait until somebody makes a mistake. That's not fun. You're not creating openings. I think the Roman cancels
the
really create.
neutral is a big lacking department in Fighters.
Yeah.
A lot of characters don't have it.
yeah, I'm just not crazy about the assists and stuff, and in general, just I think it helps fighters a lot because if you do get boned by one of those infinite combos, it's like all right, next guy. But I just like that it's a little more. This is it in Strive. You have no one else to. You just have your next life.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think like the Roman cancels really help you. Like if you're getting fucking rolled, you at least have some kind of outs to reset. Whereas in like fighters, it's like okay, you're gonna use your like one of your like. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like how many people were using their assists for like defense, or you're just chaining? You're just
No,
chaining.
you
You're
can't
for
really.
combos. You're doing it for chaining
Yeah,
combos.
you
For
can't
like
really use
125
assists
hit
on
combos.
defense because if you get hit when you call your assist leaves. So
Yeah,
you have to
exactly.
like you can really only use them for offense. I mean, some of them, like the ranged ones, like I guess to cover you on like Kamehameha, you can use that to cover you when you go in like beam assist. But
Mhm.
other than that, it's like
Mhm.
you're mostly using them to extend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like it's just combo additives, and I'm like, it gets so convoluted at a certain point where
Yeah, it's
and
hard to tell what's going on the screen
and to balance.
sometimes.
Yeah, like unless you've played it and been in that 125 hit combo, you're not really gonna understand. Where like this, I feel like it's very like all the characters are very stylistic. It's very easy to read what's going on because the combos aren't a million combos long. You're lucky to get 8. Like you're nice if you get an 8-hit combo in this game.
Yeah, I used to find myself profusely sweating playing fighters because it's just like, oh man, better keep up this combo or it's gonna, or I'm about to be fucked. But this time in Strive, it's a little more chill. It feels like because it's a lot more centered around neutral game and stuff, which I prefer, like Smash. And speaking of Smash, they've simplified all the special commands. Like are all pretty similar. There might be like one button difference, but most of them are like half circle back, or half circle back, forward, like
I don't know.
slash
Some of
or
Kazuya's are
down
pretty
down over
are kind of annoying.
combos or
His command inputs.
I don't know. It looks like he just press A and he does a 10-hit
Well,
combo.
I saw that.
They gave
I
him
don't
an
know if
auto
this was
combo, but
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
I think that's what
That's
you're talking about,
40.
Steve. Yeah, I don't know if it's a meme or if it's an actual combo, but I saw the clip on Twitter where the kid, it's like how to play Kazuya, and it's like A, and then it's just like 40 hit combo, one shot.
Dude, I need to try him. He looks like Little Mac, but not ass. Like like a super armored character. And I'm not even sure the inputs are super crucial to him as much as like Terry and stuff, because he has just good shit. But this is not a Kazuya video. We skipped that DLC. Uh, yeah, but I just think the esport in general is gonna pop off because the same reason that it feels good to play is because the rounds go so quick. It feels good to watch too because I'm like I'm watching these videos on tournaments on YouTube and I'm like shit, that was a 4-minute 3-rounder,
Yeah, that might also be not in its favor. Like if it does actually take off, like how are you gonna advertise that? You know what I'm saying? It's the whole tournament was a half an hour.
yeah, and then like your
Oh.
favorite boy is just out in like 5 minutes. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, but like, what's the alternative? Fighting games right now like go on for. I've seen fighting game tournaments going for like 8+ hours.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah,
How
3
big
in
was the
morning
tournament?
Grand finals.
How big was the bracket there? It depends.
I mean, that's like Evo. I don't know what the bracket sizes are at Evo, but like I
It
know
happens
that's
in
like
Smash a
8 to
lot
12
where
hours.
you
Like
can tell
it's
the
Smash,
casters
yeah.
are
Tired.
losing it.
Bro, they have to switch like 3 different sets of casters. That's how long these tournaments go. It's like, all right, we're your reprieve.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's usually it's like first to 2 in the lower brackets, but then when you get higher, it's first to 3, and it's like okay, if you get because it's 2 lives in each round. So it's like if you get swept that quick, it's like, well, another round wasn't gonna do you any better. Like Sonic Fox is tearing through them, and it's like, oh, we're going home early.
What do you guys think about the two? If you get 2-0'd in a tournament, you should be fucking. Your spot has been removed.
I don't know, bro. I was just
So
thinking
what is
about
it?
that,
Single
about that
elimination
the other day.
then? Like
No, you're just done. It's like, all right, you
Yeah,
can't. You're not playing in the
You
tournament
don't
anymore.
belong here.
yeah.
You
So
don't belong
that's
here.
just what is it's basically single elimination.
No, you can't come back.
No,
Ever?
It's like you're an embarrassment.
Let somebody that's less known come in because you were asked.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Honestly, like, especially in a game like this too, where it's like, all right, you get 2 lives on one character, and then you try something else. Like, all right, I gotta mix it up, and then you get shit on when you're not warmed up on another character. I'm like, oh man, if you're taking your card away, I don't know. I'm just not gonna play any. I'm a one
It's
trick
like
the
it's
whole
like
time.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist Island or whatever the fuck. You run out of stars, you're gone.
Yeah.
For America, Bandit Keith.
That's serious.
Something better, throw Sonic Fox into the ocean. Like, there's gonna be no competitive scene left. But yeah, I think just going forward, I think every game should just rip this off left and right, especially the netcode. Like, there are a lot of server issues right now. I'm hoping those will get fixed. Like, I was trying to watch the story mode and I was getting server blocked. Like, like you have to log in to even play single player mode, so it's pretty obnoxious. But once you're in the game, the netcode is so good. Like, even up to like I was getting like netcode 7 or something just earlier, and it's still pretty chill. There's no major
Playable.
lag.
Yeah, I was randomly on the East Coast, and they put me on the West Coast servers, and I was getting like fucking 7 the whole time. Like, that was the best I was getting. I switched over finally. Now I'm like at 0 to 1. But I want to talk about this before because it's a mainstay in every fighting game we ever talk about. This fucking lobby is terrible. Terrible. Why
It's
don't-
optional though.
No, it's not. False.
Just go to auto queue. Go to quick whatever it's called.
No, that's not where you find the kids. That's not where you. It's not where you be battling. Yeah.
That sounds like then you want the little avatar system because you want to be. They put them in the dirt.
Everybody wants to be in a better.
I
lobby.
heard
Matchmaking is cool.
the matchmaking is fantastic in this game.
Wait, the tower system's good because it's
Yeah.
just
The tower.
it's a tower 1 to 10, and then I think there's like 2 bonus levels. But you
Yeah.
can go up if you want and play against higher people, or you can set your automatic one to be like, yeah, put me against higher people. I don't care. But like you can't go down and start like fucking with the floor 3s and shit.
Yeah, the tower. I find better matchups on the tower. That's why I play it. And like the lobby is just terrible. So annoying.
The lobby's like part of the tower. Those are just your boys and your tower floor and the
Yeah, cool.
5 or
Except
whatever.
You got to
they
role
keep
play.
re-upping on each other. I'm like, please, just let me play you. There's literally 9 people that have been playing each other for fucking.
I think you can like smack them around too, like the avatars and the thing. Like I think you can.
So wait, what are you
unlock
saying, Blake? That
moves.
you can't play against who you want to play because they're playing only each
No,
other?
it's just the better matchmaking. Like, if you want to be in it quick, there's not like there's a quick play, like Steve was saying, but the matchmaking is not the best because I suck. So like, it's not. You gotta find your people. Like the tower, it's a lot better balanced. Like you're gonna find people that are your skill level. So it's like anybody that you play, it's very consistent. So like if you find a floor that you'll settle in.
So you want the
eventually-
tower experience without having to
Yeah,
be
it
in
was
the
a
tower.
little bit faster. Like if it was just like a room where you could just like quick join, it would be a little bit better. But that's just me.
Dude,
It
tell you,
just-
the quick join is what it is. It's
Yeah,
all part of the same
I don't know,
system.
man. I'm always playing kids that are fucking dumpstering me in the quick one. John,
You can set it to not go above your level.
Oh, maybe that's.
Because I
Maybe
think it starts out by default by like, give me anyone. I don't care.
I've been
Like I
getting-
gotta get to level 10, the floor 10.
I've
the
been
other
getting
floor.
lucky at my floor then because I've been shitting on the kids on my floor. I go to quick play at my level, quote unquote. I'm getting dumpstered.
Yeah, the one advantage of the lobby one is that you can choose the characters you're playing against, and you can it doesn't max out because the quick mode it's you can play max of 3 games against each other, and then it'll boot. You can be like, all right, bring it back to this dual disc chaos or whatever kiosk.
Yeah, it's like it's fun when you find something where it's like good and you have like that rivalry going, and then it's just like after 3 matches, it's like peace, you're out. Now I'm gonna get dumpstered by somebody that's playing fucking chip.
Bring me Chip. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I think this is a huge step in the right direction for the fighting game community as a whole, and people who are up in arms about not being able to do their 100 hit combos doesn't mean it's okay. You can flex in other ways. Learn those Roman cancels.
Yeah, it's not like you're just. There's still skill disparity. Like someone that's new against someone that is, or someone that's been playing is going to lose like handily, but it just isn't going to be as gruesome for experience for them.
Yeah, it's not about ruining someone's fucking.
Like
Put the
Jake said,
controller
hand
down.
off the controller. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just interested to see like this niche franchise could like potentially blow up to something
Wait,
bigger.
they leaked that My Hero Academia.
Is it? I'm still counting on the One Piece fighters.
One Piece Fighters. It was leaked in E3. Seeing it right now. E3.
I
My
just saw
Hero
that our
Academia
system was
gameplay.
like it's a big anime. We're doing a sequel, or not a sequel, but a Dragon Ball Fighters for another big anime that everyone knows. But I would say either My Hero or One Piece or
It
it's not
definitely,
A lot
the
of
money is in My Hero, my boy. That's what's happening. It's about
yeah.
like
I
Bring
mean,
me-
I would like to see a One Piece fighter, but
if
like
it was up to me, I would want it to be Naruto, but I think the right play for Arxis would
they
be
haven't
would
done
be
Naruto's
that.
overdone.
Get out. Move.
yeah, it's overdone, but that's just my personal opinion because I like Naruto. But I think the right play for Arxis is
It's not
to
overdone.
make
It's
a
over.
new.
It's over,
Yeah.
and I feel like the character design would be so much more vast in My Hero than Naruto.
Yeah.
Bring me
Yeah.
Fat Gum. I
There's
want to
some
be the fat
shitty
boy.
ass characters in that game. I swear to God, if the fucking my boy fucking hairballs is in the game, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Forget what that guy.
Mineta.
Yeah, Mineta. Yeah, I don't want him in it. He's
I don't
ass.
think
No.
he could be in the game. He's too small.
Fat
No.
Gum, 100%.
Fat Gum. Yeah. Do you actually become skinny when you do the final move?
No, maybe it's like a berserk thing. Like the more you block, he's like, oh, building up my berserk. Now I'm just weak, but I hit super strong.
Building
I
up
just-
the fat.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of characters to pull from, but like I don't know, trying to make that work in a fighting game, that seems
I
like
think they could do it. Like
I'm sure they
with,
can
like-
do it. I just like there
I just
there
think
could be
they'd have
so
to
many.
change the system a little because I think it makes sense for Dragon Ball to have the like Dragon Rush and whatever and the teleport behind you, but it doesn't
Mhm.
make sense for really any other anime except for certain characters. So they're gonna have to get a little more creative.
Well, I hope it's more like Strive than like Fighters. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's gonna be more like fighters, like Death
Ew. Not getting it.
not kidding.
Hot
Blake
take,
doesn't
not getting it.
Blake doesn't fuck with
Hot take, not
3v3 fighters.
No, yo, fuck it. Don't care. It will
They
give
should
them
do-
a lot more. It will give them a lot more room to play with, like as far as like what moves they can make for like each character and making them feel unique. But I don't know. That's just not.
I think
how
it's
like to
a
play
huge
'em.
opportunity for Arxis to like take this like a big up and coming name in anime and to combine it with themselves. They're up and coming in the fighting game, and just like it'll just be a huge push to
And
push.
then
Yeah,
anime.
I think a system like Skullgirls would be interesting where you can have up to 3, but it weakens them. So like if you choose to
Mhm.
have one, they're beefy, but
Yeah, that'd
you're
be
more
cool.
limited.
I would like that a lot. Actually, that sounds.
Or
mad.
there's a One Piece fighting game where it's like you had a salary or whatever, so you spend it on you have up to 3 characters and then also assist like items like buffs basically. So you spend your salary wisely, kind of like fancy.
But like the good thing that they've shown with Dragon Ball Z and Guilty Gear is that they're capable of doing multiple different systems very well. So I wouldn't be worried about them
More capable
fucking
than
up,
anyone
yeah.
else. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do
do
want
whatever you want.
Usopp, though.
Yeah.
I do want to see
Yeah.
Usopp in a fighting game, though.
Usopp.
That would have been real. That would have been real. I kind of wanted to see that. Damn.
Dude, there's so many characters you could do it.
Yeah, but nah, it's Usopp.
Just the shoot and run away characters.
Number one, yeah. Yo,
The
Skullgirl,
little hammer.
Skullgirl style fucking fighting game. Usopp only. Bad.
Soge King only.
No, fuck that. No,
Fuck that ass.
no, fuck.
We had the same overalls on the whole time.
Mhm.
Mm.
But we are the Infamy team. We're hosting Fantasy Valorant tournament right now over on our Discord, or soon at least. So pop in there if you're interested in Valorant Esports. We'll be back with whenever there's something interesting enough to be back with. But we will see you next time when that happens.
Also, 1v1 me and Strive. You suck. Peace.